Am I audible, sir? Am I audible? Are you able to hear me?
Sir, yes, sir.
You can't hear.
Yes, sir.
Hear me? Okay, sir. So there is a power supply problem, sir, today. Okay, now I use my board now. Good morning. Okay. Good morning, and please. So we have some power supply issue today. Hello, morning, sir. Sir, we have some power supply issue. Not able to do that in that board. So I will try to continue with this system. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Sorry for the inconvenience. So I am working with the UPS. I will work till the UPS is exhausted. Okay. So I'm using UPS. At any time, it may get disconnected. Minimum, it will be working for about 20 minutes. Okay. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Could you please confirm? Yes. Okay. Okay. Listen. So I'm sharing the screen now. So please bear with me today. So in our area, we have a power supply shutdown today. Okay. Now we have just introduced the matter around us. Okay. So are you able to see the screen? Can you see the screen? Yes. Okay. Fine. Listen. So also I asked you to look around your home and to collect some of the objects which are around you. Okay. In order to understand whatever matter is around you, and what it is made up of. Okay, fine. Now, so let us try to learn something about this. Today, I will tell you about the lesson is matter around us. Matter around us. So you cannot say all of the things which are around you as matter. Okay, there is a definition for matter. Okay, you can say your mobile phone is a matter. Okay, the food you take is a matter. The plastic is a matter. A stone is a matter. Okay, stone, air or gas is a matter. Water is a matter. Can you say sunlight as a matter? Can you say sunlight? You feel some amount of force. Can you say force is a matter? Momentum, force into velocity is a matter? No. Okay. So there is a definition. So matter means anything that occupies space and it should have some mass. Are you able to understand the concept of matter? Yes, cloth is matter. You are right, Yatu. Cloth is a matter because cloth occupies some amount of space. Okay, in general, whatever occupies some space, whatever has some mass is a matter. You cannot say sunlight is a matter, force is a matter, friction is a matter. Okay, they're all not mass. Okay, so this is about the matter, definition of matter. And in your early classes, what you have learned about matter is that solid, liquid, and gases. Okay, you know that solids, liquids, and gases. So these are all based on the solids, liquids, gases. Okay, so this classification is based on what? Is based on physical state of matter. Physical state, solid. A stone is a solid. Your cloth is a solid. Paper is a solid. Liquids, water, juices, okay, gas, air, LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas. Okay, petrol is a liquid, LPG is a gas. Okay, liquid petroleum gas. Atmospheric air. These are all based on the physical state of matter. This classification is based on the physical state. Suppose you consider the chemical composition. Suppose you consider the chemical composition of matter, then you can classify the matter as elements, compounds, and mixtures. Okay, so up to your grade 8, okay, you will be learning about solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, so this is further classification how these are based on the physical state of matter. These classification of element, compound, mixtures, these are based on the chemical composition of matter. What do you mean by chemical composition? How many atoms or molecules are present? We know that every matter is made up of atoms or molecules. Molecules in turn contain atom. Okay, atom, sodium atom, hydrogen molecule, oxygen molecule, nitrogen molecule, carbon dioxide molecule, water molecule, sodium, iron, copper, mercury. Okay, these are all atoms and these are all molecules. All molecules contain an atom. Okay, fine. Now, this is the major classification based on what? Chemical composition, that you have to understand. Okay, so what is matter? Matter is anything that occupies space and mass. Okay, the matter is something that occupies space and which has mass. And based on physical state of matter, we classify them as solid, liquid, and gases. Based on the chemical composition, we further classify matter as element, compound, mixture. Okay, and further we have another classification, I will write it here. See, you have matter. This matter is classified as two major categories. So one is called a pure substance. One is called a pure substance. So this is one major classification of matter. Another one is called impure, just opposite, okay? Impure. Impure substances, okay? Impure substances, or it is also called a mixture, okay? So this is the another major classification of matter, okay? So matter is split into pure substance and impure substance. Pure substance can be further classified as two categories, which is an element and a compound. Element and a compound. So all pure substances, okay, all pure substances are either element or compound. Okay, all impure substances, they are further classified as homogeneous mixture, homogeneous, okay, homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture, HETEROGENEOUS, okay, homogeneous, heterogeneous. So what is homogeneous? What is heterogeneous? Let us see, okay, fine. Now, first thing is matter. Matter is what? Anything that occupies space, anything which has mass is a matter. The chair in your home is a matter. Air in your room is a matter because air contains mass. You can verify by inflating a balloon and making the weight of the balloon. Okay, that is a matter. Water is a matter. Okay, and the sunlight, force, momentum, these are all some applications of force. Okay, these are all not matter. Light is a form of energy, it is not a matter. Okay, fine. And further, this matter is classified into pure substance, impure substance. Pure substance is further classified as element and compound. Now, what is the definition of an element? Anything which cannot be broken down. Anything which cannot be broken down. Okay, broken down into simpler substances. Anything which cannot be broken down into simpler substances, they are called elements. Okay, they are all called elements. Then what is a compound? Which can be broken down. Which can be broken down. Okay, which can be broken down into elements. Which can be broken down into elements using some chemical reactions or chemical processes. So this is called a compound. So if I say some example, you can understand better. Okay, fine. Say for example, I take copper. Cu is copper. Copper is an element. You can separate copper from copper sulfate. This is called CuSO4, copper sulfate. You can break this copper sulfate into copper and sulfate ion. Copper and sulfate ion. If you separate this copper, then it will become an element. Further, you will not be able to separate it. Are you able to understand? What is an element? Element is the one which cannot be broken down into simple substances by any mode. Okay, you cannot, you may heat it. Even if you can heat copper, you can heat iron, or you can try to dissolve it in water, whatever thing you may do, but you will not get any further element. Same is true for oxygen, same is true for hydrogen. Already it is a single element. You cannot split this O2 further. You cannot split this hydrogen further. Copper is copper, iron is iron. Okay, I think UPS is making some sound. So if it is disconnected, I will join again with mobile. Okay, so please excuse me. And compound which can be broken down into elements. Copper sulfate can be broken down into copper and sulfate. Okay. Similarly, you can say so many examples. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a Okay. So I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, children. So there is a problem with the power supply. So I will try to share the screen. Just a minute, please wait. Okay, here I think you are able to listen. So this is the classification, and we are talking about elements and compounds. Okay. So element is defined as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances. I told you some example: copper, iron. Here I have given helium, mercury, etc. And compound, for example, you have sodium chloride, you have sugar. Okay, these are all compounds. If you are able to separate sodium and chlorine, then it is a compound. When you make sodium, then it will become an element. Any compound can be split into elements. Okay, and here is the classification, further classification of elements. You can see metal, non-metal, and metalloid. Metal, non-metal, and metalloid. So metals, for example, copper, chromium, gold, mercury are metals. Non-metals are gaseous substances and liquid substances. Metalloids, this boron, silicon, germanium, and arsenic. So they are having the properties in between metal and non-metal. Okay, the substances which have the properties of metals and non-metals, in between the properties of metals and non-metals are called metalloids. Okay, so this is the further classification. So this diagram I have shown this, and here is a substance, so which composed of two or more elements. Separate them chemically. They are chemically combined. Say for example, salt, aluminum nitrate, aluminum sulfate, iron sulfate, copper nitrate, anything you can take. All are chemically combined. If you want the elements which are present in aluminum oxide, if I say for example, Al2O3 is aluminum oxide. Okay. If you want aluminum separately, you can easily separate it. It is an industrial process, but it is a possibility of separating aluminum from aluminum oxide, which is the ore of aluminum bauxite. Okay, fine. And here some examples are cane sugar and common salt. Cane sugar is C6, C11H22O11. Okay, C11H22O11. That is the, I'm not able to write the formula now. I will do it tomorrow. C11H22O11 is the formula for cane sugar. What do you understand from this? From this is that the carbon, okay, hydrogen and oxygen, they are mixed in a fixed proportion. If you want water, H2O, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen, you have a fixed proportion of hydrogen and oxygen, you get water. Okay, that is what you have to understand from the compound. Compound is a mixture of element which are in a fixed proportion. Sodium chloride means 1 atom of sodium, 1 atom of chlorine joined together. Okay, you can easily find the proportion. I say that cane sugar C11H22O11 is the chemical formula. Okay, C11H22O11, that is the chemical composition. It's a fixed proportion. Okay, and some other examples of compounds are NPK fertilizers. You can see here NPK. What is N for? N is for nitrogen, P is for phosphorus, K is for potassium. Okay, cadmium is the name for potassium. Cadmium, K-A-D-A-U-M. Cadmium is the Latin name for potassium. Okay, when you mix NPK in a fixed proportion, you will get some fertilizer. Okay, and other silicon and germanium compounds. Silicon is a semiconductor. Germanium is another element. It is also a semiconductor. That is also a compound. Okay, and the compounds of fluorine. Several toothpastes are making use of fluorine. Okay, fluoride in the form of fluoride. Okay, and these are all examples of a compound. Okay, now, so what we have seen is that major classification is pure substance and impure substance. Pure substances are further classified into elements and compounds, and impure substances are classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, impure substances are also called mixtures. Okay, are you able to understand? Okay, so let us learn about the difference between elements and compounds. I will just take 1 minute. Please wait for 1 minute. So here you can see the difference between element and a compound. Elements are made up of only one kind of atom, and compounds are made up of more than one kind of atom. Smallest particle which retains all properties of the element is an atom. Okay, the smallest particle which retains all the properties of molecule, all the properties of that compound is a molecule. Okay, if you have so many H2O molecule, if you consider only one molecule H2O, that one molecule of H2O will have the property of entire water. If you have sodium atoms, mixture, a sum of sodium atoms, you have oxygen gas. If you take only one oxygen atom, that one oxygen atom will have all the properties of the entire oxygen atoms. That is what the second point explains. Third one, elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances, whereas compounds can be broken down into simpler substances. Okay, so with this I shall stop. I hope you can get some idea about I hope you can get some idea about what is matter. So what is element, what is compound, definitions, okay, and differences. So we will discuss in detail in the next class on Monday. Okay, so thanks for your patience. Unfortunately, today we had some power shutdown issue. Okay, so please bear with me. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.